Okay, so I want to tell you about something that happened on a film set. Not a film set in the traditional sense. No outdoor locations, no weather delays, no we'll fix it in post energy. This was a stage. A big dark stage. With an enormous curved LED wall running floor to ceiling, wrapping around the entire set like a panoramic window into another world. And on that LED wall, rendered in real time, responding to the camera, shifting with the light, looking so convincingly real that your brain just accepted it, was an environment that didn't exist anywhere on Earth. Built entirely in Unreal Engine, running live, on set, while the actors performed in front of it. And the director of photography, someone who had been working in film for over 20 years, turned to the technical supervisor next to him and said something I heard secondhand but have thought about ever since. He said, 5 years ago, I would have called this impossible. Today it's Tuesday. Today it's Tuesday. That line. That's the whole thing. That's what's happening with Unreal Engine right now in the 3D industry. The things that would have required a team of 50, a pipeline of months, and a budget that only major studios could access are becoming Tuesday. Accessible, repeatable, real. And here's what that means for you as a 3D artist. There's a window open right now. A genuine, time-limited window of opportunity, where the demand for people who actually know how to work in Unreal Engine at a production level is dramatically outpacing the supply of people who can do it, where studios, brands, production companies, and broadcasters are all building out real-time pipelines simultaneously and are all running into the same problem. Not enough skilled artists. That window will not stay open forever. These things never do. But right now it's open. Wide open. And I want to make sure you understand exactly what's on the other side of it. Here's what we're doing in this video. I'm going to give you the full picture of what's actually happening with Unreal Engine across the 3D industry right now. Not the hype version, the real version with specific industries, specific applications, and specific reasons why this moment is different from previous. This technology is going to change everything, moments that turn out to be overblown. Then I'm going to show you exactly where the jobs and the opportunities are, the concrete, specific places where Unreal Engine skill is being paid for right now and will continue to be paid for over the next several years. And then I'm going to give you a practical picture of what it actually takes to get to a level where you can capitalize on this. Because learn Unreal Engine is advice that's about as useful as learn to cook. The question is what specifically, in what order, to what level, and why. This is not a tutorial. There are plenty of those. This is the strategic context that most tutorials don't give you. The why underneath the how. Because understanding why something matters changes how seriously you take the how. Let's get into it. Before we get into the full picture, I want to address something that I think is causing a lot of 3D artists to either dismiss Unreal Engine or approach it in completely the wrong way. The most common thing I hear when I bring up Unreal Engine to artists who haven't worked in it yet is some version of, that's for game developers. I'm not a game developer, and I get it. Unreal Engine came from games. Epic Games built it for games. The documentation references games. The community historically skewed heavily toward game development, so the association makes sense. But here's what's changed. And it's changed significantly and fast enough that that's a game engine framing is now genuinely outdated. The industry is using Unreal Engine in production right now, paying real money, hiring real people, building real pipelines around it, are not primarily game studios. They are film and television. They are advertising agencies. They are automotive manufacturers. They are architecture and real estate firms. They are live events and concert production companies. They're broadcasters. They are enterprise training and simulation companies. The game engine became something else. And most people haven't caught up to that yet. Which means, and this is the opportunity, the artists who understand what Unreal Engine actually is now, not what it was 5 years ago, are operating with information that the majority of the 3D community is still missing. Let me give you that information. Let me give you a practical definition that has nothing to do with games. Unreal Engine is a real-time 3D environment creation and rendering platform. It can create photorealistic environments, populate them with complex geometry and lighting, simulate physical materials and atmospheric effects, and render all of it, not in hours or overnight, but instantly, in real time, at a quality level that was only achievable through lengthy offline rendering pipelines a few years ago. That's the fundamental capability. And when you stop thinking about it as a game engine and start thinking about it as a real-time photorealism platform, the applications become obvious. Anywhere that traditionally required a 3D render that took hours and couldn't be changed on the fly, Unreal Engine can now potentially do that work in real time, which means faster iterations, more flexibility, lower cost per revision, and the ability to do things that were simply impossible before. Like putting an actor in front of a live-rendered environment on a physical set. Like showing a client a fully navigable 3D architectural space in a meeting rather than a series of static renders. Like generating a product launch film in a fraction of the time a traditional 3D pipeline would require. That's the shift. And it's not a future shift. It's a present one. Let me go through these one by one because the breadth of it is the point. Film and television, virtual production. This is the most visible application right now because the productions using it are high profile. The Mandalorian brought LED volume production into mainstream awareness, and since then the number of LED stages globally has multiplied dramatically. There are now stages operating or under construction across North America, Europe, Asia, and Australia. And every one of them needs Unreal Engine artists. Not generically, specifically, environment artists who understand how to build for real-time performance without sacrificing visual quality. Technical directors who understand the pipeline between Unreal and the LED control systems. Lighting artists who understand how real-time lighting in Unreal interacts with physical on-set lighting. These are specialized roles that are being hired for right now, and the talent pool is thin. Advertising and brand marketing. This one is less visible, but arguably larger in terms of raw volume of work. Brands are realizing that Unreal Engine allows them to produce product campaigns, brand films, and interactive experiences at a speed and cost point that traditional 3D pipelines can't match. A car manufacturer can render their new vehicle in a photorealistic environment, adjust the lighting for different markets, change the color and configuration for different regions, all without a physical shoot, all faster than a traditional render farm pipeline, all at a quality that stands up against photography. Ad agencies are building internal real-time capabilities. Production companies are pivoting their offerings. And the 3D artists who can deliver at this quality level in a real-time pipeline are being sought out actively. Architecture and real estate. This market is being transformed right now in a way that's flying relatively under the radar, but is genuinely significant. The traditional ArchViz pipeline, model, texture, set up a scene, render overnight, deliver statics, still exists. But the clients at the higher end of the market are increasingly asking for something different. Interactive walkthroughs, real-time visualization that a client can navigate themselves in a meeting. VR experiences that let someone stand in a space before it's been built. Design iteration tools that let an architect change materials and lighting in front of a client in real time and see the results immediately. All of this is Unreal Engine. And the architecture firms and visualization studios that are building these capabilities are competing for a small pool of artists who could deliver them. Automotive. Car manufacturers have been using real-time visualization for configurators and marketing for years. But the quality and capability has reached a point where the distinction between a photograph and an Unreal render of a car is genuinely difficult to see. Major automotive brands are building or expanding in-house real-time capabilities. The agencies that serve them are doing the same. The demand for artists who understand automotive visualization in Unreal Engine is real, and the rates reflect it. Live events and broadcast. This is the one that surprised me most when I started paying attention to it. Concerts, live shows, major broadcasts. The use of real-time rendered visuals as part of live performance production has grown enormously. Not just LED screens playing pre-rendered content. Actually real-time, generative, responsive environments that react to music, to crowd energy, to what's happening on stage. And augmented broadcast graphics, the overlays and virtual elements you see in sports broadcasts and live news programs, are increasingly being built and delivered in Unreal Engine. The broadcast sector is hungry for people who understand real-time and have the aesthetic sensibility to make it look good at the quality level broadcast demands. I want to give you a sense of what this translates to in practical terms, because strategy without numbers is just vibes. Entry-level Unreal Engine artist roles at studios, real ones, not unpaid internships, are starting the range of $50,000 to $70,000 in established markets. Mid-level artists with 2 to 3 years of production experience are earning $80,000 to $120,000. Senior artists and technical directors in virtual production pipelines are commanding $130,000 to $180,000 plus in major markets. Freelance day rates for virtual production work specifically, where the turnaround is fast, the stakes are high, and the client has a production budget that reflects that, are running $500 to $1,200 per day for experienced artists. And this is in a market where the supply of genuinely capable artists is still materially lower than the demand. That gap is what's driving the rates. And the gap, while will close over time as more artists enter the space, is not closing fast. The skill takes real time to develop. The production experience required can't be faked. The pipeline knowledge is genuinely complex. This is not a market you can enter in 3 months with a basic tutorial series under your belt. But it is absolutely a market you can enter in 12 to 18 months of focused, intelligent skill building. And the return on that investment, in both income and career stability, is real. Okay, the strategic picture is clear. Now let me get specific about the path. The mistake most artists make when they decide to learn Unreal Engine is they open it up and start following whatever tutorial shows up first on YouTube. And there's nothing wrong with tutorials, but without a strategic sequence, you end up with a scattered understanding that doesn't translate into production capability. Here's the sequence that actually builds useful skill. First, understand the fundamentals of real-time versus offline rendering. This is not a technical deep dive. It's a conceptual understanding of why real-time is different: polygon budgets, LOD systems, material complexity, lighting limitations, and why those constraints exist. This context changes how you make every decision that follows. Second, build environments, not objects. The foundational skill in Unreal Engine is environment creation, understanding how to build a convincing, performant, visually compelling scene from the ground up. Landscape tools, foliage systems, lighting setups, atmospheric effects, post-processing. This is the core skill that underpins almost every application of Unreal across every industry. Third, understand Nanite and Lumen. These are the two technologies that changed what's possible in Unreal Engine 5 specifically. Nanite is the virtualized geometry system that effectively removes polygon count limitations for static meshes. Lumen is the dynamic global illumination system that makes real-time lighting behave more like offline rendering. Understanding how to use both of these, their strengths, their limitations, their performance implications, is non-negotiable for production-level work. Fourth, get comfortable with the pipeline. How does geometry get from your modeling software into Unreal? How do materials translate? How does the scene get output to render, to video, to an interactive application? Understanding the full pipeline is what separates a hobbyist who knows Unreal from a production artist who can operate in a real studio environment. Fifth, specialize. Once you have the foundation, choose a lane: virtual production and LED volumes, ArchViz interactives, automotive visualization, broadcast, and live events. The foundation is shared, but the specialist knowledge in each application is distinct. And the clients in each lane are looking for people who clearly understand their specific world, not generalists who've touched everything. The timeline for this, with genuine focused effort, not casual dabbling, is 12 to 18 months to a level where you can start pursuing real opportunities. That's not slow. That's faster than almost any other path to this earning level in the creative industry. I want to close this section with something that I think is underappreciated. Learning Unreal Engine right now, genuinely investing in it as a production skill, is one of the most AI-resistant career moves a 3D artist can make. And I want to explain specifically why. Because real-time 3D is AI-proof, is a claim that deserves more than just assertion. The work that Unreal Engine production artists do is complex, pipeline-dependent, judgment-heavy, and deeply integrated with human creative and technical decision-making. It requires understanding what a client or director actually needs, not just what they asked for. It requires making thousands of micro-decisions about scene composition, lighting logic, material choices, performance optimization, decisions that require taste and experience, not just technical execution. AI can generate 2D images. AI can assist with concept ideation. AI can help with certain isolated technical tasks. But AI cannot build a production-ready Unreal Engine environment for a virtual production stage that has to perform at 60 frames per second, match the physical lighting of an on-set practical source, and integrate with a live camera tracking system in real time. That is a deeply human, deeply skilled, deeply experience-dependent job. And it will remain so for a meaningful period of time, long enough to build a career around. The window is open. That's the whole message. And the artists who go through it now, who build genuine, production-level Unreal Engine capability over the next 12 to 18 months, are going to find themselves in a position that looks very different from where they are today. Now, something practical I want to flag. Everything I've described assumes you're starting from a place of general 3D competence, some modeling experience, some understanding of materials and lighting, some familiarity with a 3D software pipeline. But I'm aware that a significant number of people watching this are earlier than that. They're interested in 3D, maybe learning Blender, maybe just getting started, and they're hearing all of this and wondering, is Unreal Engine where I should be putting my energy from the beginning? Or do I need to build foundational 3D skills first before Unreal makes sense? That's a really important question. And the answer is more nuanced than learn the fundamentals first, which is what most people say, because there's actually a case for a different approach that most beginner-focused advice completely ignores. I want to get into that specifically in the next video. What the right entry path in an Unreal Engine looks like depending on where you're starting from. Whether you're a complete beginner, someone with foundational 3D skills who wants to add Unreal, or someone mid-career looking to pivot. Because the path looks genuinely different depending on your starting point, and getting it wrong costs you time you don't need to lose. That one is going to be practical in a very immediate way for anyone thinking about this seriously. So, Unreal Engine and the future of 3D jobs. The industries are real: film and virtual production, advertising, architecture, automotive, broadcast, and live events. The rates are real. The talent gap is real. And the window, the period where demand is significantly outpacing supply, is open right now, but will not stay open indefinitely. The path to capitalizing on it is 12 to 18 months of focused, strategically sequenced skill building. Fundamentals of real-time rendering, environment creation, Nanite and Lumen, pipeline fluency, then specialization in a specific industry lane. This is one of the clearest opportunities in the 3D space right now. Not because Unreal Engine is trendy, because the industries building on top of it are real, funded, growing, and genuinely short of the skilled people they need. Today it's Tuesday. Are you going to be one of the people who makes it Tuesday? Subscribe if this kind of clear-eyed, practical industry analysis is useful to you, because that's exactly what I make. Hit the bell for the next video, because the entry path breakdown, where to start based on where you are, is going to be directly actionable for a lot of people watching this. And drop a comment. Are you currently working in Unreal Engine, or is this something you've been thinking about but haven't started yet? Tell me where you are. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.